Hey guys, how's it going? This is Ken from Nippon Pro, and it is cold. It is really cold. But I have to get this video to you guys because there are lots of mistakes being made when it comes to sky replacement. I can't do this. It's like... But anyways, today I wanted to go over the actual problem with sky replacements, with what is going on with these people with sky replacements these days, because it is just like, it's mind-boggling to me how people are using it, but it's not realistic. So I'm going to show you how to make it a little bit more realistic so people don't call you out on your photos, all right? We don't want that. Anyways, let's get into it. So I have a current photo that I took right here of a couple horses eating hay. I don't know, I thought it looked good at the time. I was born on the year of the horse as well, so I just felt a little bit more connection, you know? Don't judge me. Anyways, so when we see this photo, we want to do a sky replacement, and the sky is very just matte looking. It's a cloudy day, nothing too dramatic going on, but I want to change that. I want to change how that goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to creativity on Luminar AI, and if you haven't seen my latest video of that, please go check it out. I will leave it in the description below or somewhere. Is it up here? Yeah, it's up. I think it's up here. Anyways, you'll see that video and you'll see more, a little bit more going through each tab and how things work. But I'll do more detailed tutorials on Luminar AI as soon as I get a little bit more time after the new year. Okay, so anyways, Sky AI. We are going to go Sky AI and we are going to select the sky. Let's check out a dramatic sky here. Okay, pretty dramatic. It's kind of within the same setting, I guess, a little cloudy, but let's go a little bit more dramatic. Let's go dramatic sunset. It is pretty cool. I think this can also work. What you can do here is, let's say for example, I want to use this sky replacement. Now, the only thing with this photo is the #1 mistake, and this is, I cannot stress this enough. Whenever you take whatever photo that you're taking, you got to be able to compose it right, and you got to know your focal distance, because, for example, this photo right here, where is it focused at? What is the subject of this photo? It is the horses, obviously, right? The horses are in perfect focus, so they are eating hay, and you want these to be the subject of your photo. So what is not in focus? Now, when you take a look at the background here, all this is out of focus, right? This is what you want to not actually be in focus. So what is his background? It is sharp as hell. Like, to be honest, it's like, how did you expose this, right? So it's not realistic. What you want to do is to be able to blur that background off, that sky. Okay, now with Luminar AI, this makes it super simple, so I don't know why people are doing it and they are still making these mistakes. So what you want to do is, in Luminar AI, go to advanced settings. Once you go to advanced settings, you're going to see sky defocus, and all you got to do is just change that value. Now you can just click on here and put a value in, like 1. It's going to defocus that sky quite a bit, mind you, just 1. And that already makes it look pretty good, but I think it could use a little bit more. Let's go maybe 2. Then you're going to see even more of a change. Let's go, I'm just going to play around with this and see what it looks like at 11. And honestly, you could probably go to 90 and you would still be somewhat safe. Yeah, like, to be honest, that is still okay. Now again, this is all dependent on what type of photo you take, right? So if you want to take a landscape photo and you put that f-stop down to maybe f7, f5, and you want everything to be in focus, then yeah, slap on a sky replacement right away and you'd be fine. Everything should be in focus. But when you're taking a photo at a shallow depth of field and you want something to be in focus on the foreground, but then on the background you want it to be blurry, well, making a sky that is super sharp just doesn't make any sense, because that's the background that you're trying to blur out, if you get what I'm saying. So what you want to do is blur that background out, and that is the #1 mistake. Second mistake with photo replacement is the environmental surrounding settings that you got to do, because let's say for example, I want to throw in a dramatic sunset. Let me see which one it is. I'm just going to throw in one here that is a bit more dramatic. All right, so I'm just going to choose this sunset. Now, the one thing with this photo, it kind of works even like this, but also what I also want to do is kind of change the warmth of this, because you have warm kind of orange yellow light coming from the sunset, but you're not really coloring the actual photo the same color. So what I would do is I would actually go not to the sky temperature. You can change the sky temperature to match whatever your photo is. So if this is a little bit cooler in the foreground, you can go right here and you can kind of cool that off and it'll look somewhat balanced. So that's another way of going about it. But let's say if you want more of that warm orange look, the good thing about the AI system is that if you look right here by the horse, if I change this temperature, it's going to actually reflect onto the actual foreground. And this is what the AI technology is doing. It's trying to match it a little bit. But let's say if you want to go a little bit more warmer, you can actually go into your basics essentials. You can go to color and you can change the saturation a little bit so you can saturate a little bit more. And then where you're going to go is to your lights, and you can just change the temperature overall to a little bit warmer. And this is going to give the overall photo a little bit more of that warmer look. It's going to match the sky replacement that you did, so it makes everything just makes sense. And this is where a lot of people are failing when it comes to doing sky replacements, and they're just going willy-nilly with all these sky replacements and say, hey, look at me, I'm taking like perfect photos with perfect skies, and it's awesome, it's great. But then the thing is, they have guys like me with sharp eyes looking on Instagram and stuff with other people's photos, and you know, I'm not really calling them out because I don't really like to publicly call people out. But for me, I'm just looking at it and I just can't double tap on that photo. You know, it's hard. You know, my pet peeves are, one is a photo being leveled. You know, if the horizon's crooked or something like that, I can't double tap on it, I'm sorry. But also if you cannot edit your photos correctly, especially when AI technology is doing everything for you, except all you have to do is just make that extra effort to see if it's supposed to be defocused, to see if everything is supposed to be sharp, to see if everything is supposed to be colored right. And this is where it's a pet peeve to me. That is just attention to detail. And if you do that, it just makes it more realistic, and you know, it's not like you're trying to fool anyone, but you also, you know, even if you're admitting to the fact that you edited that photo and replaced the sky, at least make it believable. That is kind of my 2 cents. And this video is super short, so I'm only just pointing these things out today. And those are the 2 mistakes that I've seen commonly with sky replacement when it first got introduced. So just those 2 things to worry about. And as long as you take attention to detail, you should be good for any of your future client work or your self work for your Instagram post. All right. Merry Christmas to you all. And hopefully you guys are all being safe, warm, cozied up, being with family, and to be able to spend a Christmas on a weird year. But Merry Christmas to you all, and just keep that hope up and we will get through this. Anyways, I will see you guys on the next one, and again, Merry Christmas and have a good one, guys. Peace out.